The following content is sponsored and does not necessarily reflect the views of WATD Radio. Now, Paul Ponders on 95.9 WATD. Be a part of the show. Call or text 781-837-4900. Now, here's your host, Paul Solano.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome, and thanks for listening to Paul Ponders on WATD, presented by Northeastern Fence and Supply Corporation of Saugus, where they have fences for your kids, dogs, and ugly neighbors. My name is Paul Solano of the PS and All Marketing Group. This is season number 2, show number 18, and it is happening right now. I'm excited to bring you another great season with my network of very knowledgeable contributors. We will continue to keep it real, hot and timely, South Shore and Cape and the Islands base, North Shore reference, but definitely full of Paul pondering thoughts. And as you probably already know, I also wear another hat as general manager of Pearl Street Station Restaurant in Malden. A huge shout out to Chef Felipe Fitzpatrick and his culinary team. Chef Felipe is a loyal listener through the Odyssey app. So hello to Chef Felipe. And as always, we have lots of activity going on today at Pearl Street Station with lots of reservations from our friends at Bodeborg. As a side note, if you haven't been to Bodeborg, please give them a shout if you are in a questing mode and you want to go to a really fun place. I had the pleasure of meeting Pia and Miranda from Norwell the other night. They had a nice reservation. Pia's daughter had a birthday, and they had a nice celebration. They had a great questing opportunity and experience over at Bodeborg, and then they had a wonderful celebration over at Pearl Street Station. So hello to Pia and Miranda, hopefully new listeners. But if you have a chance, if you remember Malden and Sparks Department Store, that's where it's at, and it's really a great place in the Malden Gaming District. So I know I always say it, but it is true. As Malden's longest-running restaurant, 40 years, we have incredible staying power in the greater Boston area and the North Shore. Please venture over the Zakin Bridge and visit us. Chef Felipe, we had a great walkthrough the other day when you took me through that 7-hour prep for the braised short ribs and the garlic mashed potatoes and the carrots. You could cut those short ribs with a fork. They're so tender, and it's really quite a laborious process, and I want to thank you for all the time that you really spend in just creating the braised short ribs and garlic mashed potatoes and carrots at Pearl Street. Just a real winner. And I want to give a huge shout out to my team of, again, Chef Felipe, Chef Joaquin, Pizziola Moose, Cheyenne filling in for Jen today, Nicole and Dawn for holding down the fort on this very busy day. And John, Manager John, I hope you're feeling better. Now, as I stated earlier, it is season number 2 and show number 18, and it is an absolute honor and pleasure to be on WATD in the slot of the boiling point with Arthur Boyle. Arthur is my executive consultant of the Paul Ponders Radio Show. Arthur is out there adding to our list of sponsors and seasonal sponsors. And shout out to those Cape restaurants and businesses who will hopefully be coming on board rather soon as we get closer and closer to summer. But with us behind the glass is Tim.
Good afternoon, Paul.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing great.
I love that racing music.
Oh. Yeah, it is music to people, yes.
It's music to my ears, absolutely. Yeah. But it's real.
Yes.
What do we have this week in the racing scene?
It's Bristol, baby, down in Bristol, Tennessee.
Wow. Yep. Not Bristol, Connecticut?
No.
Where ESPN is? No?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope. No. Tennessee.
Bristol, Tennessee. Have you ever been down there?
No, I have not. Maybe at some point. It's quite the track. They had the Truck Series race last night, and a Cup driver won the race, Christopher Bell, in the number 62. And he'll try again tomorrow at 3 p.m. Tonight you have the Xfinity Series at 7:30. And Bristol's it's a small track, but it's a fast track, and you gotta have the right setup, the right grip. If you get a little squirrely, give the vehicle next to you a little room, because if you bump and bang, they might spin. And that track's so small, NASCAR this year kind of got a little more relaxed with bringing out the caution every time someone lost control of their car. Big tracks, they'll let it slide. It's like, all right, we'll stay green unless they cause an issue that they're going to roll back out into traffic or something. But the track is so small. Someone spins, you got to bring out the caution. And there's even a red flag for a little bit last night too. There was a crash. I got some fluid on the track, but
wow.
After all is said and done, Seabell got it done. So congratulations to him.
That is awesome. Well, I find you so interesting and so involved with this sport. It really is a sport, and I try to catch Miles on Motorsports on Wednesdays.
Yes.
And from chatting with you, and I just want a few Paul pondering thoughts, if I may. I know we have Shelley online, but I just wanted to ask you, how long is one lap on one of those tracks?
Well, last night the trucks, like I said, it's a small track.
Right.
One time around is about 15 to 17 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah, it's quick.
Wow.
And then you go to Daytona, and that's more maybe 45 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah.
As Jackie Stewart would say, that's real motor racing.
Yes, yes, it is.
Indeed. Yeah. And, of course, you have your sartorial splendor on.
Yep. My pick, last night my pick was Lane Riggs. He got a little banged up. I think he finished on the lead lap, but he got caught up in a wreck, just wrong place, wrong time. They're able to bang down his hood, flatten it out again, but yeah. But that's all right. My pick today is Carson Kvapil, who is one of Dale Jr.'s cars under JR Motorsports. So good luck to him in the number 1 tonight.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Just Paul pondering thought, and all these things just come to my mind. And Paul pondering, is there a statistic or is there some sort of analysis as to what cars will win from whatever position they started in? Is there a statistical analysis by the numbers?
There can be certain tracks. Going back, they'll say, "Oh, the driver that started on the pole, they won't win the race. Something will happen. The car gets tired." I don't want to say the car gets tired, but other tracks, you start on the pole, chances are good as long as you do everything right, you'll win.
Right.
But Bristol, it can be very unpredictable. I believe this is the track, like about 30 years ago now, when you still had the number 3 with Dale Earnhardt and Terry Labonte racing. I believe Earnhardt spun out Labonte to get the win. Yeah.
Interesting. Unbelievable. Well, that's our racing report, and I thank you, Mr. Tim,
You're
behind the
welcome.
glass, and keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Well, at this part of the program, we have the Pod Pro Techie Toolbox segment with Techie Talonzo Amos and Miss Shelley Wolf, global media firm owner of Toolbox Entertainment, vice president of technology literacy for Pod Pro, a past Paul Ponders guest, episode number 35. And Miss Shelley Wolf is back on the line after a birthday weekend last week. Shelley.
Good morning, Paul. How are you doing?
I am doing well, thanks. Again, happy birthday week, and welcome back.
Thank you. Great to be back. I love listening to all this race talk. I think we should all just take a trip to FS1 and go around the rink a few times.
Yes,
so.
please, let's go. I want to go there, and they also have a place in Rentham too.
Oh.
Near the outlets, and it's all electric cars.
Really?
Electric go-karts. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It terrifies me, but I've done it, and there's just something energy about it, so I'm down.
All right.
Wow. Okay. Well, between that and karaoke at Pearl Street Station Restaurant on an upcoming Saturday night, I think the ATD employees will have some fun opportunities this coming spring and summer.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Indeed. So, Shelley, as always, you're a vital part of this program, and you just really just knock it out of the ballpark, if you will, with your very helpful techie tips and even your myth of the week, which is becoming pretty popular. And I'm trying to post them as quickly as I can on the PS&L Marketing Group blog, and it's really working out well. So, for our listeners in Paul Ponders land, what do you have for us this week?
Yeah, well, today we are going to talk about the screenshot trick, right? It's one of the simplest tools that solves everyday's problems, and today's tech tip might be one of the simplest ways that we've ever talked about so far, but yet the most powerful. It is something already built into our phones. You don't need to download anything. Once you start using it, you'll wonder why you haven't used it yet. And we're going to talk about that. And it's the screenshot, the one little feature that can solve everyday problems from saving directions, remembering information, all just with a quick tap. So where we want to start is, what is a screenshot? A screenshot is simply a picture of whatever is on your screen. Instead of writing something down or trying to remember it, you capture it instantly. So on most phones, specifically iPhone, you would press down the side button and your volume up button together, and this would create your snapshot. On an Android phone, you would press the power and your volume button, your volume down button, and then you can also slide the palm of your hand across the screen, and it will take a screenshot. Now, that part is exclusive to the Android phone. I use it all the time. It's very helpful. If you find, if you're looking for something you want to buy at a store, or a quick recipe, or you see something on, any of your socials, you want to snap a quick picture of it, just so you have it, you can do it right then and there. It saves it right to your photo library. And then when you're looking up directions, and if you don't want to lose them, this is also another great way. You can save the directions. So before you leave, again, look up a route, take a screenshot of it, save it. I know, you have your airline passes. You can save it typically to your wallet, but you can also screenshot it. So when you're offline, it is right in your photos and you can still grab it. So, again, losing signal sometimes allows us not to have access to those things. And we want to ensure you have access to those things. So again, remembering an address, directions, or a map view. Again, very, very helpful, especially when traveling. When I moved here, it was looking at, what was the train, where did the train lines go? So it was a great way to have a screenshot of that, so I didn't have to always be online. You can use this feature also to capture your receipts or important information. Screenshots are perfect for those online receipts, order confirmations, event tickets. Now, sometimes I do know, with Ticketmaster, some of the event tickets now have, this built-in, interactive thing. Will it not let you screenshot it? Only because there have been so many people who do scam tickets, so a lot of times you won't be able to do those. But you can save them to your wallet. Important appointment details. And again, instead of digging through emails later, this is a great way to have it instantly saved to your digital wallet. Or to your digital files of photos. However, the one thing to do is make sure that you are cleaning that out, right? Because your digital file cabinet, as we've talked about, your photos and those areas can become very full, and you don't want to have all that useless information you might not need a year from now. So remembering to spend time without clearing those as well once you're done with them. And again, remember things without stress. We all forget things, and that is okay. So this is where screenshots for recipes, phone numbers, addresses, parking locations, things you want to buy later. This is all, again, great opportunities to quickly grab them. It goes to your photo file, and there you have them. No writing, no searching. It's quickly at your fingertips. So sharing information quickly with screenshots is also making it easier to share. Instead of explaining something to somebody, you can quickly share a photo, a highlight detail, circle and mark it up very easily. It's especially helpful when you want to share with family members or friends. This is your tech plans, right? So now when we want to think about what is the tech myth of the week, screenshots are only for tech-savvy people or young users. The truth is screenshots are for anyone. They are one of the simplest tools you can use on your phone and one of the most useful things for everyday life. No apps, no extra setup, just the quick button press. So that is for that. And then one bonus tip I want to give you is to remember that screenshots save to your photos. Again, over time, as I just mentioned, they can build up. So every once in a while, you want to go through and delete the old ones, only keep what you need. It's a quick way to clean up and just see what you're saving to your photos as well, because I think sometimes we forget to go back and see what we actually have for photos. So your checklist for this week is save directions before leaving, capture your receipts instantly, screenshot important info, remember to use things that you might, or screenshot things that you might be using, share info quickly, and remember to do the digital cleanup. So this week, try using your screenshot just once a day, whether it's for directions or something you want to remember. It's a small habit, but it can make everyday life much, much easier. So with that, I want to sign off and say thank you for joining us, and that is our tech tip for the day.
Wow. Well, that is absolutely awesome. Awesome. And just to go over, I know the part about the top button and the lower volume button, but you mentioned the palm of the hand. Now, what was that on Android?
Yeah,
I'm trying it now, and I'm going into the Celtics app. Okay.
Yeah, so on the Android, if you like hold your hand kind of like straight up and down, right? And you start from the left and you scan it across, it will snap a photo.
Yep. Wow, pretty cool.
I have right?
I have an Android. I never knew that. Thank you.
Yeah.
If I have
saves lots of time. It's like,
it really does. Thanks. Thanks for that helpful tip.
Especially on the Android, because I hate trying to figure out button numbers to push. So.
Yeah, right. Oh,
sorry,
wow.
Apple users.
Wow, now I'm going to be screenshot happy now, and this is pretty cool. Thank you. Wow. Yeah. Because if I have any technology questions, I ask my daughter Ann and my daughter Rachel, and they'll say, "Oh, that's easy, Dad." And it's just one of those things. How'd you do that? And thank you for that quick tutorial there. I love it.
Absolutely.
This is Shelley Wolf. How do our listeners in Paul Ponder's land get in touch with you?
Yes, they can reach us at info@podproentertainment.com.
Awesome. And again, a shout out. I do it every week, but it is so true. What Techie Talonzo and you have created with the content reels have just been so wildly popular. Yeah,
we try to keep Techie Talonzo so busy. He has no time for anything. But, however, again, if people need content creation or podcast services, we're always available. So, again, reach out. Tech tips, reach out. We've heard from great listeners, and, we get some tech questions. So many times these tech questions come from them. So I do appreciate all the support. And, if you are looking for content creators, we're here to support them as well.
At Pod Pro Entertainment, or just Pod Pro, right?
Yeah, you would go to podproentertainment.com. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Well, with that, Shelley, thank you again for being a vibrant part of our Paul Ponder's radio show, and we'll be posting some of these tips on the PSNL Marketing Group blog. And as they say, life is good in the hood, right?
Life is good in the hood.
Indeed. Well, that's a hashtag indeed.
And hashtag imagine.
Thank you, Shelley.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, as Arthur Boyle says, it's not time to make the donuts, it's time to pay some bills. So let's hear from our sponsors.
Have you tried Bryanttville Pizza Kitchen? From antipasto to baked ziti, specialty gourmet burgers, over 30 different kinds of pizza, and that steak and cheese. Come on in and they'll show you why they made a reputation as being the best steak and cheese sub in the area. There's nobody that puts it together like your friends at the Bryanttville Pizza Kitchen. Chicken wings and fingers and the famous flavors complement their stir-fry dinners. If subs and wraps aren't enough for your table tonight, expand into Greek and Caesar salads, maybe even a calzone. Anyway, it's all good at the Bryanttville Pizza Kitchen. And don't forget, invite them to your next catered event. They'll bring the food. Bryanttville Pizza Kitchen. Call them at 781-293-9857.
Are you looking for fencing and outdoor products? Look no further than Northeastern Fence and Supply Corporation of Saugus. When owner Mike Payne's customers have been asked why they chose Northeastern Fence, many said that there were three deciding factors: customer respect, excellent customer service, and quality products. I say that you need to add in 70-plus years of a family-run business with truly experienced sales and installation teams. So if you are in the market for fences for your kids, dogs, and ugly neighbors, please call Mike Payne and his crew at 781-233-3324 or email mike@northeasternfence.com.
Paul Ponders continues on 95.9 WATD. Once again, Paul Solano.
We are back, and thanks for listening to Paul Ponders on WATD, presented by Northeastern Fence and Supply Corporation of Saugus, where they have fences for your kids, dogs, and ugly neighbors. The call-in and text-in number here at ATD is 781-837-4900, and you could also find us on the Odyssey app. If you like my daughter Ann in California or Felipe at Pearl Street Station Restaurant, you're listening on the Odyssey app. That's AUDACY. And a shout-out to those nonprofits out there. If you want to be featured on Paul Ponders on either the podcast or on this radio show, please email me at paul@paulponders.com. Listeners can go to paulponders.com to find subscription links to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube, as well as finding past Paul Ponders and WATD shows. This past Monday night, and Monday and Sunday, I dropped an episode podcast with a dear friend, attorney Jordan Shapiro, and it's been receiving a lot of accolades, and someone said to me that was the best one yet. And out of 86 podcast episodes that I've dropped, it really was a great one. And Jordan Shapiro is just an incredible attorney. He's a comedian, he's a piano player, he's an author, he does it all. And if you have a chance, check out Jordan Shapiro's. And actually, on Thursday night, I recorded another podcast, the next one coming up in the queue, with Joe and Jared Pianadosi. Dear friend Joe and I went to Boston College together, and Joe was a year ahead of me at BC. We had a couple of classes together, and his son Jared was on. But it was just so unique having a third and fourth generation owner on a podcast and to talk about the Pianadosi Baking Company. And it really worked out well, and I think everyone's going to love that podcast as well. So I just want to give a quick show just to I received notice from a friend of mine, Earl Barter, our plumber at Pearl Street and the owner of 321 Barter Plumbing, that his grandmother, Patricia Boyle, Patricia Butt, passed away, and may she rest in peace. And one of the pictures that Earl sent me was a picture that we recently took at her birthday celebration at Pearl Street, and she loved Pearl Street. And just condolences go out to Sherry, to Jill, to the rest of the family, and Earl, and may Patricia Boyle rest in peace. Now, we have an event coming up on this coming Thursday here. It's at the Barker Tavern, and it's with the Talking Information Center. It's their gala, and John Busick, the chief, is going to be honored at this TIC benefit on Thursday. So I think maybe 1 or 2 tickets are still available. I'm trying to get over there, but it's to benefit the TIC here out of ATD. I saw Billy on the way in, and he's busily working and just tying up the loose ends, getting things ready for Thursday night. So shout out for that event. And at Pearl Street Station Restaurant, we have Scott Albertson and John Boboin with a jazz brunch. That's coming up next Sunday, the 19th. Bob Hilberg will be there, and he's finishing up his statue, the unveiling of the statue for Sarah Bradley Fulton, and that's coming up at a ceremony on Patriots Day on April 20th. And that's in Medford at 10:15. Then, of course, we have Gordon Michaels performing at Pearl Street Station Restaurant, and it's a birthday celebration. We'll be hearing from Gordon later on in the show, and that's coming up on April 23rd. And that's I'm 62. This is what I do, things I love to sing. So Gordon Michaels will be there with Michael Larson on piano, and early bird price tickets are still available, but that deadline is fast approaching. As we'll hear from Gordon later on, we'll hear more about that. And next week we have the Boston Bruins alumni versus the Boston Strong All-Stars from Revere. I'll be involved with that. I won't be here next Saturday. Dave Boyle is filling in. So, Brother David, if you're listening, hello there, and thanks for filling in. And Matt from Pembroke, I want to chat with you this week, and we'll be talking about your Right Whale Day in Massachusetts that's coming up on April 24th. Now, at this part of the program, we usually have the segment of health and wellness survival tips with Miss Sharon Filio. Sharon is singing away today and tomorrow and could not make it. And just a reminder about the Filio fall prevention method on Sharon's YouTube. Just log into Sharon's YouTube, and you'll find out more about the Filio fall prevention method. Now, with us on the line, we have a dear friend, amigo, Ed Siegel, who is Vice President of Voices of Hope Boston.
Hello, amigo. How are you?
I am doing well, thank you, my friend. So good to hear your voice, and thanks for calling in. Is your president, Voices of Hope Boston President Greg Chastain with you?
Of course. I'm right here.
Hello, Greg. How are you, my friend?
Good. How are you today?
I'm well, thank you. I know you're busy in production or rehearsals right now for a big event you have coming up next weekend. So take it away, my friend.
Yeah, so next Saturday and Sunday at the North Shore Music Theater, we're presenting a musical called Curtain. It's a musical murder mystery. We've been saying it's 42nd Street meets Clue. We have an 8 o'clock show on Saturday and a 2 p.m. matinee on Sunday. We have an amazing pre-show auction raffle, whatever you want to call it, with some amazing items from all the local sports teams and businesses. It's just a great night out. There's a cast of, what do you say, 50?
Just about 50 people in this cast.
Yeah.
One of our smaller casts, by the way.
Wow.
But it's fun. It's a Kander and Ebb musical. They wrote Chicago and Curtains, and now Chicago Cabaret, and now Curtains, in their series of C-named musicals, I guess. But it's really a lot of fun. And it actually takes place at the Boston Emerson Colonial Theater back in the 1950s. So it's a real murder mystery, a lot of fun, a lot of dancing, a lot of humor. It's just a fun night of theater.
Right. There was not an actual murder that happened at the Emerson Colonial. Just to clear that up. But it's based at the Emerson Colonial.
Well, yeah, I could see people just logging in on Google and doing a Google search right now for a murder at a theater. A whodunit. So you're at the North Shore Music Theater in Beverly, right?
Correct.
And Bill Haney, friend Bill Haney, great guy. He's been very open. He and Karen Esabami have been very open to inviting Voices of Hope Boston to his theater.
Yeah, we've been there for 12 years
at least.
Yeah, I think so. 12 years. The first show we did in 2013 was Jesus Christ Superstar, and we did a good enough job that Karen and Bill allowed us to continue to come back. And we've been doing 2 shows there every year, except for COVID, when everybody was dark. But they bring us back, and the North Shore audience, their subscribers have adopted us, and we're part of their normal schedule now. And people just continue to come and support us, not because of the good quality shows we put on, but because of the mission on raising funds for cancer research at the Tamir Center at Mass General Brigham Cancer Institute.
That is the next point that I want to bring up. But congratulations, Mazel Tov, on crossing the $1 million threshold. And I know it's even more than $1 million. So please let our listeners in Paul Ponders land know about Voices of Hope Boston and what you do.
Yeah, so we raise money for the arts. Raise money for cancer through the arts. Like I said, we have 2 shows a year. We have a summer youth program. We have a golf tournament. We have a lot of other things that are ancillary to that, and we donate directly to the Tamir Center for Targeted Therapies at the Mass General Brigham Cancer Institute. We've been with them for over a decade now, and we just crossed the threshold of donating directly to them of $1 million. So we've donated directly to Tamir about 1.2 and over 1.4 million directly to cancer research. And the thing that we love about it is that every dollar that a person gives us goes directly to Mass General. We're all volunteer here, and that way we survive by sponsorships, by businesses, and those things, grants. But if people give their personal donation, those dollars go directly to Mass General.
That is absolutely fascinating. And I know you're a sought-after group for singing the national anthem at many events, correct?
Yeah, we are with the Celtics every year. We do the Red Sox every year. We've done the Patriots several times. We've actually had a solo artist do the national anthem at a Bruins game because you can't sit 50 people onto the ice at the Bruins game. It would take forever to get through that. Mm-hmm. But we also do a lot of the colleges, Merrimack College, UMass Lowell, Boston College. We've done the anthem, as well as now both the Woo Sox, and now that the Lowell Spinners are back with their development league, where we're going to be back at the Lowell Spinners, which was the first.
It's our first one.
The first professional sports anthem that we ever did.
Interesting. Now, getting back to Curtains, and for those of you who have not been to the North Shore Music Theater, is Theater by the Round. What is it like being on a round stage?
For this show, we're cutting the theater in half, so we will have a backdrop behind us, and we'll create sort of that traditional theater look. But for the shows we've done in the round, as a performer, I find it like the most thrilling and exhilarating experience you can have on stage, because you have everybody around you, and everywhere you turn and you look, you have people to perform to. So it really is a treat for a performer. Some people take a little while getting used to it, but directing in the round, actually for me, who I also do set design, makes the set design much simpler because I don't have to build big structures. And we keep things small and spread out on the stage so the audience all around can see the action.
Yeah, as an actor, you can't take a second off because you're always somebody's always looking at your face.
Right, exactly.
Or your butt.
This is true. No ifs, ands, or buts on that one. But I must say, though, we must give credit, accolades, and kudos to the artistic director.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I just so happens to have the same last name as me. It's my wife, Dana Siegel, who's been directing since she's been in high school. And she is the vision for every production that we put on the stage and many other pieces of the organization. She works tirelessly to create such a beautiful stage picture and puts everybody in the right position to shine.
That is absolutely fabulous. And please say hello to the lovely Dana for me. And Greg, please say hi to the lovely Jean for me. And I look forward to hopefully seeing you next Saturday night after I have my Boston Bruins alumni game over in Winthrop. And I think you may have had a game recently at Larson, not Larson, at Warrior Arena with the Bruins alumni.
Yeah, it was at the beginning of March. I think it was March 7th. Yeah. It was our second year, and we're actually, last year we had this fundraiser, and we've done it in honor of one of our members, our young moms who passed away, Megan Mello McQueenie. Yes. Megan McQueenie Mello. But last year's event was so successful. The Bruins were so thrilled and impressed with the organization and the overall event. I think we had almost 500 people that showed up last year.
We did.
So we're only one of the 2 or 3 alumni games now that they actually play at night. Usually all the alumni games, the majority of them at Warrior, are done in the afternoon. But we just had another hugely successful alumni game, and it's in conjunction with the Westford and Chelmsford police departments, and they are such amazing partners. The sponsorships that they're able to bring in to support this event really bumps up the dollars that we're able to donate after the event. It's one of our biggest events of the year.
Excellent.
And they actually can play hockey. We can't. We have to recruit.
Yeah, seriously, huh? Unbelievable. So how do our listeners get in touch with you for tickets, if there are any tickets left for the event, or for Voices of Hope in general?
Yeah, for tickets, you can go directly to the North Shore website, which is nsmt.org. And if you want to know more about us, it's vohboston.org. You can also get to the North Shore site through ours, but nsmt.org for tickets, vohboston.org for information about the show and our upcoming events. We have a big golf event in July that we've already opened up, so people interested in golfing, they can hit the registration button.
That's great. And the golf tournament's going to be where again? Is it back at Four Oaks in Dracut?
Yeah, we love it there. I think this is like our 16th. Yeah, it was our 5th year there, I think.
Oh, yeah, just 5th year there, but it's our 16th overall year of running our golf tournament.
Exactly.
That is absolutely fabulous. Right. Absolutely
so
fabulous.
Amigo,
yes.
I would like to, I don't know if you do call-ins, but I would like to offer up right now, if anybody in your listening area would like a chance at winning 2 tickets to our Saturday 8 o'clock show for Curtains, where we'd love to donate a couple of tickets for however you decide that person should win those tickets.
Okay. Well, that is very, very kind, very gracious of you. So, again, the starting time for the show?
It's 8 o'clock Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
The doors open at 7. Doors open at 7 for an amazing raffle auction.
Some incredible opportunities there for super stuff.
Absolutely. And if you want to put Pearl Street Station Restaurant down for a $50 gift card, and Paul Ponders for a $50 gift card as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. I know you have some great restaurant dine-around packages. I know Kara McQueenie does a great job with her committee in assembling really some great packages.
Yeah, she does.
Hopefully Kara is making those cookies, right?
Yeah. There will be cookies.
There will be cookies.
They are so good, so good. I fit them in my calorie count. So again, gentlemen, I want to thank you again for being on. So a final shout out, last call for the tickets for the promo of Curtains, a musical murder mystery. Go for it.
All right. NSMT.org, April 18th and 19th. There's a Saturday night at 8, Sunday matinee at 2. Come on out and support us. This will be a fun show, and also you're helping support our mission, which is to raise funds for cancer research at the Tamir Center for Targeted Therapies at Mass General. It's a fun way to just go out and entertain and be able to give back.
Absolutely fabulous. Well, Greg Chastain, founder and president of Voices of Hope. Ed Siegel, vice president of Voices of Hope, Boston. Thank you, amigos, and we will catch up with you soon.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Have a great, as they say, break a leg, all right?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. My pleasure. Thank you, and be well.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye now. Thanks. Well, let's hear from our sponsors as we're trying to get Gordon on the line.
Have you tried Brianville Pizza Kitchen? From antipasto to baked ziti, specialty gourmet burgers, over 30 different kinds of pizza, and that steak and cheese. Come on in and they'll show you why they made a reputation as being the best steak and cheese sub in the area. There's nobody that puts it together like your friends at the Briantville Pizza Kitchen. Chicken wings and fingers and the famous flavors complement their stir-fry dinners. If subs and wraps aren't enough for your table tonight, expand into Greek and Caesar salads, maybe even a calzone. Anyway, it's all good at the Briantville Pizza Kitchen. And don't forget, invite them to your next catered event. They'll bring the food. Briantville Pizza Kitchen. Call them at 781-293-9857.
Are you looking for fencing and outdoor products? Look no further than Northeastern Fence and Supply Corporation of Saugus. When owner Mike Payne's customers have been asked why they chose Northeastern Fence, many said that there were 3 deciding factors: customer respect, excellent customer service, and quality products. I say that you need to add in 70-plus years of a family-run business with truly experienced sales and installation teams. So if you are in the market for fences for your kids, dogs, and ugly neighbors, please call Mike Payne and his crew at 781-233-3324 or email mike@northeasternfence.com.
Paul Ponders continues on 95.9 WATD. Once again, Paul Solano.
We are back, and thanks for listening to Paul Ponders on WATD. We'll be getting Gordon Michaels on the line very shortly, but again, the call-in number is 781-837-4900, and Tim will take a phone call for anyone who wants to, in fact, receive those 2 tickets to next Saturday's performance at the North Shore Music Theater to see Curtains. And Tim will take that call, so that's for the first caller. And hopefully someone out there will, in fact, be willing to go up to see a great show called Curtains, a musical murder mystery by Kander and Ebb. So at this point in the program, we have the financial wing of Olympic Proportions, sponsored by PS&L Marketing Group and Riverworks Credit Union, NMLS number 410564, with Mr. Paul Crowley of Riverworks Credit Union and Olympian and former Boston Bruins winger Dave Jensen, Senior Loan Officer. Both gentlemen are busy today with either taxes or traveling. Safe travels, Dave. But we do have on the line a dear friend, Mr. Gordon Michaels. Gordon.
Hello.
How are you, my friend?
I am great. How are you?
I am doing well. Living the dream. It's all good in the hood, you know?
Amen.
Amen. Indeed. Indeed. Well, Gordon, we've worked together in the past, and you're no stranger to the South Shore, and what you're trying to do is establish a North Shore presence with, we'll call it the Cabaret Room at Pearl Street Station Restaurant, and you have a great event coming up on April 23rd. I have been promoting it, and we have that birthday celebration. So take it away, my friend, and let's chat about what a great evening everyone will be having.
Yes, get your tickets now because after tomorrow they go up. The early bird price expires and it goes from $30 to $40. So you want to get those tickets today or tomorrow. The show is called I'm 62. This is what I do. And I have been singing in Massachusetts since I got here 44 years ago. And this show I'm putting on because instead of people throwing me a birthday party or me going away and traveling during these dangerous times, I don't feel like traveling. I said, I want to do a concert to give back to all the people who come to shows and they have requests. And you can't do a request when you have a certain show plan. So now I'm going to do all the songs that I always get requested for and all the songs I feel who made me the most popular R&B gospel singer in this area that does cabaret.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be some Broadway. It's going to be some classic R&B. It's going to be some blues and definitely some American songbook jazz. So there will be something for everybody, and I will be singing my heart out. So don't miss it.
Absolutely. And you have Michael Larson on the piano. Michael is so dynamic.
Yes. He's the former musical director for the Platters, and we've been together. We figured it out 28 years now. We've been playing together.
That is absolutely amazing. Your level of your reach is absolutely incredible, and you are such a showman on stage.
Oh, thank you.
No, really, no, seriously. And
I remember the first time I met you, I came to Pearl Street because my dear friend and one of my fellow singers, Lori Dow, was performing during an R&B night on a Tuesday that y'all was trying to kick off.
Right.
And she called me up to sing, and your wife was there.
Yes.
Sitting, and everybody was wondering who I was after singing that one number. And then I talked to you about that back room and about doing these cabaret shows. And this is our third one. So, I'm kind of very excited about doing the third one.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be me featured. Before, I produced them, and I was in a couple of numbers, but this time it's just all me.
Wow. Well, it's hard to believe that you're going to be 62. It really is.
Yeah, I'm getting up there.
So, yeah, absolutely. But you've performed on the South Shore, I believe, at the Fox and Hound. And other venues in the area, I think in the Boston area too.
Yeah, I'm a resident performer at Club Cafe. I host the first Friday of every month normally when they don't change me. I host the open mic piano bar. So I do like a 45-minute mini concert out front, and then everybody that signs up to sing for the open mic will get up and sing with the piano player. But I always have a theme, because I can't be like everybody else. I have to be different. And this month is actually going to be on April 18th, and the theme is April showers bring May flowers. So I gave them 24 different words that deal with spring, and they can pick any song to sing as long as it has one of those words in it.
Interesting. And what do, as a side note, what do Mayflowers bring?
I don't know.
Pilgrims.
Sunshine.
Pilgrims.
Summer. Pilgrims.
Pilgrims, yes.
Mayflower.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely. Sorry about that. Well, I am the opening act if I introduce you, right, at Pearl Street Station Restaurant. So getting back to Pearl Street Station Restaurant for the 23rd on your birthday, there are dinner reservations which people can make if they in fact want to eat before the show. And the show doors will be at 6:30, I believe, and you're going on stage at 7?
7:15ish.
7:15ish. Okay, awesome. And then after the show, because the show is only about
90 minutes.
90 minutes, yeah, exactly. So if anyone wants to make a dinner reservation after the show, they may do that as well. And some people just hang out outside the North Shore Cabaret room, and they just hang out, maybe catch a sporting event, and just catch up and talk about what a wonderful show it was.
And I'll be out there afterwards taking all birthday cocktails that anybody wants to buy me.
There you go.
And I will be having my favorite meal there because the food is so delicious. I love coming there. I get my mixed grill with my ribs and my steak tips and my lamb tips and my sausage, and I just have a good time.
Absolutely. With garlic mashed potatoes or the rice pilaf?
No, actually, I get a double vegetable. I'm trying to be healthy.
Okay. All right. There we go. Absolutely. It's why you look great.
Potatoes are fire. I love them. I always taste them off somebody else's plate, but I get the vegetable.
There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely, my friend. So do you have I know you had sent me a Vimeo production, and I do have to post that. I was having a tough time posting. It's a very large file. But what is your website? What could people find on your website?
They can find me at GordonMichaels.com, and that's Michaels with an S. And there, if you go to the video page, there's me singing everything from soup to nuts and me singing all over the world and here locally. So there are a ton of videos up there of all the different things I sing.
Wow. Well, I wasn't aware of your world travel. Where else have you performed, Gordon?
Oh, my God. I have been almost all over the world. I sang for Pope John Paul II for his international Christmas Eve extravaganza right before he died. The year before he died, I was special guest soloist with the Harlem Gospel Choir. I actually got to meet him. He shook my hand. I also sang in 67 cities in France, 58 cities in Italy, 15 cities in Spain, 10 cities in Russia. I was a headliner on cruise ships for 5 years, where we did one week the French Riviera, 1 week the Mediterranean. I've been through most of the Caribbean, and then all throughout the United States doing regional tours, doing musicals.
Wow. Now, I've known you 2.5 years. You've never told me this.
Well, I don't speak about it.
Wow, you should.
It's on my bio on my website, unless you ask me specifically.
Right, exactly. You are that type of individual. To really, just incredible. That is amazing.
My claim to fame from Massachusetts is I'm the creator of the House of Blues Gospel Brunch, the original one that opened in Harvard Square, Cambridge.
Really?
Mm-hmm. That's why everybody knows me. That's my claim to fame. That's what put me on the map here.
Interesting. Plus, also too, and our server manager John, who was the bartender in your last event, was absolutely amazed at your knowledge of libations and mixology. Yes.
Well, I am a mixologist, and I've been a bartender for 30 years. And we were just talking about cocktails, and a lot of my friends that came, because they're used to my cocktails, they was like, "Can he make it like you?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't know if he has the same ingredients that I make." And so we just got to talking about what we could do and what he had and what we could make, and we just had a good old time.
Wow, that is awesome. Paul, do you have any libations planned for the event coming up on April 23rd?
Well, depending on what's going to be back there, I will be drinking some type of margarita.
Okay. All right. As we get closer to the Cinco de Mayo, I don't know, may have to spice it up a bit, huh, with a little tahini?
My favorite is a spicy mango margarita.
Ooh.
But here lately, I've been drinking pineapple margaritas with Grand Marnier, Reposado tequila, pineapple juice, and just a splash of lime juice.
Just a splash, not a dollop,
just
right?
A splash. I don't need all that extra sour mix and all that. Just a squeeze of 2 limes, and that's perfect.
Absolutely. Now, at the top of this interview, you mentioned that the price of the tickets is going up. So there's an urgency here, isn't there, if people want to save some money?
Yes, definitely is an urgency. On Monday morning, they will go to $40. So they got till midnight on Sunday. And Monday morning at 10 a.m. when my master goes on the site, he'll change it to $40.
Wow. So they have to, operators are standing by. If they act now, will they get the free Ginsu knife?
and the mini saucepan.
There you go. But wait, there's more. There's more.
There's always more.
Absolutely. Well, Gordon Michaels, I want to thank you again for being on Paul Ponders. And one final plug, how do our listeners in Paul Ponders land reach out to you and buy tickets for April 23rd?
Yep. You can get them on Eventbrite under the title, I'm 62, This Is What I Do. Or you can get them on my website at GordonMichaels.com. Again, you got to get them before midnight tomorrow.
Absolutely. But they are still available up until the day before because no tickets are being sold at the door. They can make dinner reservations by emailing Paul at pearlstreetrestaurant.com or at paul@paulponders.com. But Gordon Michaels, we'll talk to you soon, my friend. Thanks for being on, and you make it a great rest of the day, okay?
Thank you. You too. God bless.
God bless. Thank you, my friend. Well, thank you, Gordon. Well, I want our listeners to stay tuned to WATD in the Memories with Ron Dwyer. Ron, you are the grand poobah of musical memories. Listeners can go to paulponders.com to find subscription links to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube, as well as finding past Paul Ponders and WATD shows. Thanks again to Tim, Arthur, Shelley, Ed, Greg, Gordon, and our advertisers. But really, thank you, listeners in ATD world and beyond. Here's to a continued great season number 2 and beyond. Keep Paul pondering. And Dave Boyle is hosting next week. #Indeed.